Welcome back to Grow Joyfully Home and Garden. Look at this beautiful rhododendron. My husband's been waiting 2 or 3 years for it to bloom, and it has. And it's got one over there. It's not quite as healthy, but they're both really beautiful. The hydrangeas were hit with the late frost, so they're not looking very happy. But we will take what we can get. I love beautiful things. Welcome to the channel. Time to cut the grass again. My son stays very, very busy. This morning we took 4 of the hens that we put in with the rooster for the first time, and then we put them in the run by themselves. So for the next 2 weeks they're supposed to be fertile, and all of the eggs that they lay over the next 2 weeks we will try to incubate. Today is the day we're supposed to have some chicks hatching, but so far, nothing. I made 2 strawberry rhubarb pies. The rhubarb from this garden, from my mom and dad's heirloom variety, and from the one next to it. And I've got to do some more potting up. My daughter just bought me some more soil, so I better get with it. And there's Timmy, laying there on the little sofa, enjoying the shade and the lovely day. My daughter poured a bag of potting mix into this bin that we use, and she put the rest of one of the bags of perlite, and I've got to get some vermiculite in there and at least twice as much perlite. So we have a lot of drainage and happy soil and happy plants. I found a very healthy chocolate sprinkles plant tucked back there by my chair, so that's exciting. So I might end up with 3 of them, and that's wonderful. I'm going to set this out and let it harden off. As usual, I am in the main greenhouse potting up. I'm trying to correct my horrible mistake of not adding perlite to the soil. All of these little cups have to be repotted. A lot of them up there. Just don't make that mistake. Use a good balance of perlite and vermiculite in your potting mix, and you won't be sorry. You got to have drainage, which perlite provides. You've got to have vermiculite because it holds moisture in the soil, but if you don't have the two together, you can see how the vermiculite would make your soil too wet and keep it too wet. And conversely, if you didn't have perlite, how it could drain the soil and make it too dry. So it's a balancing act, but I've got a lot ahead of me. I have all these guys to pot up. I've already been potting up today and moving things around, moving things over to the small greenhouse there. The large greenhouse out in the pasture there is doing well. I think the shade cloth has helped a lot. Plus our temperatures have been a lot lower. It's only 66 degrees right now, and it's 1:30 in the afternoon. So the last week it has been very cool. And 3 days before that, we were having temperatures in the 90s. Yeah, bipolar weather, up, down, all around. It's a beautiful day outside, even though it's kind of cool. And I'm still potting things up like crazy. We're doing okay selling things. It's starting to slow down a little bit, and the farther it gets into May and then June, it will really slow down because people will already have their plants bought to plant in their garden. So we're trying to sell as much as we can. You can imagine that. I haven't got anything planted out in my gardens hardly at all. I planted some beans in one bed, and I showed you before I planted lettuce and spinach, which did not come up well, some bunching onions, some carrots, and some beans. And the beans didn't come up well, so I need to replant the spinach and beans. Anyway, we're getting a few things planted. It's definitely not in the full swing of the season yet because of the temperatures, the cooler temperatures, which I happen to love, but it doesn't always grow you a beautiful garden. Anyway, I just thought I would check in and remind you to have a wonderful balance of equal parts of perlite and vermiculite with your potting soil. So it's recommended that you have 1 part perlite, 1 part vermiculite to your soil to make up about 20 to 30% maximum of your total soil content. So the rest of that, your 70 to 80%, would be your potting mix. So I potted up about 20 of the small cups. I fixed the soil, I fertilized them. Hopefully they'll be able to find their feet and grow some good roots. Take a look at Simply Just Krista and her playlist to find the information on how to do the yeast fertilizer. It really works. It provides nitrogen for the plants, and they do get very green and pretty. I just have to bring you by this rose again. It's not going to last too much longer. I need to deadhead it, but I never seem to get time. It smells so incredible. It's one of the most beautiful roses I've ever had. Weigela is still looking very beautiful. As soon as it is finished blooming, I'm going to cut down the long stems there. Snapdragons, they're so beautiful. Delphiniums are blooming, and the geum behind, those two colors are very pretty. Look at the allium. There's a bumblebee on the allium right now. It's so beautiful. Here is this peony. It's very light pink, kind of white with a bit of pink. So gorgeous. Oh, look. We have some roses here. This is such a beautiful rose bush. And here's another peony, and it looks so healthy. It's got the same kind of light pink. I think this is even just a bit more pink than the other one. So much beauty. Well, today is hatch day, and I can hear a baby chicken there peeping. One of them has made a hole through, and we're trying to keep the humidity really high to help soften the eggs so they can get out. But can you hear the chick? You can barely hear it. Stay tuned. Look what we have. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a baby chick. It's hard to see with the reflection off of the plastic. I'm in the comfrey patch right now, cutting off the flowers, and I'm going to use the flowers and stems to make a comfrey fertilizer. There's my bucket right there, my 5-gallon bucket. I will stuff it full of comfrey and fill it full of water and just let it rot and become very stinky, and then it'll be the best fertilizer ever. Anyway, I just thought I would check in and remind you to have a wonderful balance of equal parts of perlite and vermiculite with your potting soil. So it's recommended that you have 1 part perlite, 1 part vermiculite to your soil to make up about 20 to 30% maximum of your total soil content. So the rest of that, your 70 to 80%, would be your potting mix. So I think I'm done for the day. I'm going to go see my friend. It's a lovely day outside, perfect temperature, wonderful to work in. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day yourself. Thanks for stopping by today. I appreciate all your love and support. and we will see you on the next video. Thanks for stopping by.